So the time has come to show you all the new car camping gadgets and bits and bobs that I've recently bought from Temu. So as I kept hearing about Temu and kept seeing Temu everywhere, I thought I'd take a punt and do a couple of small orders. But the first thing we need to do is to get these bags in the car. Well, if there's one thing you know about me, when I'm sitting in the car, I like to have a cup of coffee. So even though I'm on my driveway, I've got my coffee stuff here, so we're going to make a cup of coffee. Now, the important thing to know is everything you see in this video, except for my power bank and my coffee stuff you're about to see, is from Temu. Now, when you first start looking on Temu, you will soon realise that there are masses and masses of items, and a lot of them are dirt cheap. Now, this was the problem for me in Temu and why I never ordered from them, because it just looked like cheap tat, and it just looked like the kind of stuff where if you bought anything electrical, it would last 5 seconds. But I thought to myself, you know what, I've bought from AliExpress before, why not give Temu a go? At the end of the day, stuff from Temu is free delivery if you spend over £15. So I thought to myself, well, you know what, I'll do a £15 order, I'll take a punt, it's not a lot of money to lose. Let's see what it's like. And with that, I did my first order and it arrived. Now, delivery time's not too bad. It's coming from China, so it's not going to be next day, but I think it took about a week and a half, which is about what they say. And the second order, I think that took slightly less. I think that took about a week. But this is my first lesson for Temu, the one that I got burned on. Basically, in this video, I'm not going to share any links or anything for these items that I'm about to show you, mainly because there's no real point. Temu has the same item on multiple times and multiple prices, it seems. And furthermore, when you put items into your basket or your cart, the prices continually change in that basket and things will continually go out of stock and come in and go out, and you need to be aware of that when you make your purchase. Because the thing is, Temu are always sending you voucher codes and special offers and lightning deals, they call it. So you put an item into your cart on a lightning deal price, and then maybe a couple of days later when you buy it, that lightning deal's gone. And that for me meant my cart ended up costing me twice as much as I thought it would do. Actually, I think maybe even more than twice, but that was my own fault. I should have checked it before I pressed purchase. I just presumed it was the same price. That leads me nicely into the returns bit, and I'll tell you what I've learnt about that a little bit later. But before that, let's start looking in the bag and I'll show you what we got. Well, you've clearly seen some of the bits already. You've seen the silly little plushies and the positive potato I bought for the family, and my little Velcro badge I bought for my coat. And you've also seen the table, which actually is quite cool. But this is the rest of the stuff that I got in this haul. And first up is the car camping bin, which, to be honest, does exactly what you think it would do. Then this little thing I got because I thought it could be quite useful for the morning condensation, you know, in the front window when you're sitting there. So I didn't get to use it on my last car camp because there was no condensation. Once again, it's cheap, but it will do what you want it to do. Now, the next item we have is the kind of thing I've seen all over TikToks and things like that, and that is one of those world super bright torch thingies. Now, this does feel like proper cheap plastic. It also feels like it didn't need to be this large, but it was only a few quid, so you can't complain. And actually, for car camping purposes, it's not bad. I mean, what is good though, I used, blinded myself, Jesus. What is good though, on the car camp, you can use that function and it lights up your car like this. So I did use it on my last car camp and it wasn't too bad. And even the torch isn't too bad. I mean, the torch is basically four, oh, you can't see it, 4 LEDs. Now, I'm not sure if it's the world's brightest torch. But for a couple of quid, it appears to work and it appears to be okay. Next. Now, the thing on Temu is that you will find items that you never knew you needed, but you know you want once you see it. Now, for me, that is this. An egg box holder. Now, whenever I take eggs on car camps, I'm always having to either cut a bit off the carton off or wrap them up in tea towels. But this is perfect. And again, for a couple of quid, it only takes medium and small eggs. I discovered you can't do large, but you know what I mean? It does exactly what you'd want it to do. It holds 3 eggs. Boom. Earlier on, we spoke about electronics being cheap. Now, the first electronic item I bought, and again, I really like it, is this. So this was, I think, £5 in the end when I bought it. I thought it was going to be £3, it ended up being 5. But this is basically a head fan. So you simply turn it on here. There you go, your own personal aircon system. And it is actually quite cold. Now this again, for the price, is a really good item for car camping, I think. The charge seems to last quite a long time. I've been using this at home when sitting on the sofa. And the quality of it does actually appear to be okay. Now, I can't tell you how long it's going to last because I've only had it for a few weeks, but so far, so good. Now, the last thing to show you from this order, I've got some window mesh covers because I wanted to see what they were like. But to be honest, these are quite thin and I don't think they will last particularly long. They're nowhere near as good as the ones I originally had. They do go on all the windows, so that's good. They fit okay, they're just too thin. Now, I mentioned earlier about returns. Now, with Temu, returns are really quite simple and they are importantly free. But what you need to make sure you do is that you don't throw away the little plastic bags that every item's come in. So every item you buy will have a little plastic bag, and on that plastic bag is a barcode. And what they say on the returns process is you need to return the item in the bag with the barcode so they can identify the item and refund you. But I did ask customer service, well, what happens if I don't have the barcode no more? Well, you can still send it back, it will just take longer. But lesson number 2, keep the bag, don't throw it away, and returns will be free and easy. Right, second bag. Now clearly I was happy enough with my first order to then do a second order. Now with this one I made sure my cart prices were the same when I actually bought it, and this whole bag basically cost £15 posted. So let's see what wonderful things we got in the second order. Now my second order was undoubtedly a bit more random as far as items are concerned, and not a lot of it was for car camping, to be honest. The main one was this. It was something I saw on my first order but didn't buy, and it is of course a sleep mask. But what makes this sleep mask a little bit different is that it has a little Bluetooth connection in it, and that connects to your phone, and inside here are 2 little speakers that go over your ears. Now this actually is perfect for car camping, and I even use it at home too, because at home I often cover my eyes when I go to bed. I do in the car as well, and I often have headphones in at night and I just listen to like those sleep apps where it plays white noise and things like that. But with this I can do those 2 things. Now the wires on this do feel a bit the kind of ones where you just pull it and it breaks, but you actually don't ever need to take the speakers out or the unit. You can charge it just by putting your port in there, so it's easy to access. And yeah, I'll let you know how this goes over time, but this is really good, and the speaker quality is not too bad, it must be said. I was expecting it to be quite tinny and rubbish, but it's not. It's decent enough. It's importantly, these aren't noise cancelling, so on car camps I'll still be able to hear if anything's going off outside. back to lessons. Lesson number 3 for Temu is always check the description and sizes, because that patch you saw earlier on, the Velcro patch, well, I saw another Velcro patch. It was only 54p, and I thought, you know what, that'll be quite funny. I'm going to buy that one too. Well, this is the Velcro patch. It's not. It's a massive sticker. It's funny though. I do like it. It would have been a great Velcro patch, but there is lesson number 3. Check sizes, read description, because something that might look small actually is big, and I'm sure that works the other way around as well. So I know you're dying to know what these other random items were. Well, we have a 54p knife sharpener, which does appear to work. We have a little tripod for filming. That was only a couple of quid, if that. Perfect, because my last one broke. Then we have some little wire clip things for the car. Now these may come in useful for a review video I have to do next. So you might see these, or I might be able to use them for my sat-nav. But anyway, they're just like little wire clips. And next up we have a trusty phone stand. Again, this was less than a quid, and it works, it does the job. And the last 2 things I bought were another bin and a little cup holder that goes on the back of your headrest, and another set of bags to go with the bin. Now the reason why I bought those is that I'm going to do a little Temu giveaway with these things. I spared no expense buying these. So yeah, if you want to win these 2 little items, just put in the comments, I want to win. And that's it. That is my car camping Temu haul. So I hope you found this video slightly useful and maybe learned a couple of useful lessons before you do your first order. And yeah, I think that's about it. So until next time, take care.